Oh my God, thank you so much, Snare. Thank you so much, panel. And Bob, we're here. We are. It's going to be an awesome match of Shot Fire Rebellion facing off against Spirit. How you feeling about it?
I mean, we got a Sven. It's a Sven carry, definitely unorthodox, but you can see the reasonings. Right. If we're playing versus the Lycan and the lane and stuff like that, it can always have its benefits. The armor is going to be versus Drow Ranger versus Lycan and stuff like that. Can see the reason why. Is it going to work is the question.
Right. And to me, I really liked what Cena was talking about there, the value of this puck.
Yes.
We were talking about it also a little bit, the draft, and like, are they going to go for this slurk? And it's a great pick taking this puck right now. I have a constant tweet that I'll retweet every couple of years, which is, Abed got puck, surely something went wrong. Because this guy like plays it like nobody else. Also playing on land, which means no paying. We're going to be seeing some magic here.
Yeah, he could have one of those games where he does explode. There's some forms of catch that he could struggle with, but overall, it's a pretty damn good puck game, right? Gust, the silence from the Drow can be a bit annoying. Rubik, if he's able to get a good spell steal, then it could be that instance where he's able to catch the puck. But Abed, this is one of his most comfortable heroes, so really looking forward to seeing what he's going to be able to do with it and how many team fights and how much control they're going to be able to instill with their four. Because I think like Estini and like Winter were saying a little bit, the Sven sometimes can take a little bit of time on to get online. God Strength a bit of a long cooldown, so let's see how much space they're going to be able to make for this Sven. I personally like the pick here. I could be totally wrong, of course, but I do like what I'm seeing, what it's up against. Some concerns about getting kited around versus like the Undying Tombstone in the middle of team fights and some sticky stacks if he's not able to just explode and detonate targets, but they do have ways to hold these targets down for Arteezy to beat them through. And like I said, Sven versus Lycan, Sven versus Drow, old school kind of counter pick. It's a very Boba kind of style thing. It's a throwback to like old days where Sven was actually played much more as a carry. So looking forward to see how it's going to work.
Right, and of course, Crit's already going to be roaming around a lot on this Tusk.
Yeah.
Going to maybe see him be able to stack up some of those camps on his way to and from the mid lane to try and give Abed a little bit of help securing those runes. And that's the other thing to me. These two mid laners, so much kill potential around their level 6s. Both of them like to be able to get active if there is an opportunity, maybe somebody diving a tower on one of those other lanes. So we'll see if that ends up happening or not. And then, of course, seeing those supports roam in towards mid to try and help them out getting those kill wins.
Yeah, definitely going to be an interesting one. I think the Abed and Crit, I think that's been a staple. The Abed Crit duo of going around and killing people and trying to instill the game to be in a comfortable position for Arteezy to carry. I think when we see that be successful, that's the best we see Shopify being. That's when they always can like actually thrive to their best. Just let's see if it'll work out. Right now, Laurel having a very successful first two waves, 5-0.
Yeah, and he's another one that when I think about heroes that he's really good on, one of the main ones that comes out is puck for him too.
Yes.
So he's going to know a lot of those things. As we see, what we've often seen a lot is these early movements and connecting waves into weird positions. Miposhka, though, in a little bit of trouble there, taking some harassment. Yador up on the high ground means that it's a little bit tougher for them to trade. So let's keep our eyes on each of these lanes, as Mira's going to be forced back a little bit by Fly too.
This bottom lane shouldn't really be able to slow down Arteezy much at all. He should have a pretty free farm to be able to just play versus these two. Versus Lycan, you'd surely be able to get some denies and stuff with your wolves, but overall, Arteezy should have a pretty good start in the early game.
Taking that cleave now here with that level 2, so he is going to be able to simultaneously whittle down these wolves, and the lane will push a little bit, maybe have an opening there in a little bit to try and get some pulls going. We'll have to keep our eyes on it. And Abed tried to phase shift dodge and actually got hit by that sticky napalm, so he's going to have to back away a little bit here. Always a bit scary, and yeah, he gets hit by it again.
I love watching when these players toy with each other, when I've seen like the Embers versus the Bats and the Puck versus the Bat, all about trying to dodge out those stickies so they don't get too stacked up. Abed doing fine. Same thing with Laurel, though. Still all the way up. Pretty much even. Yeah, 12-0 and 11-2. Top is struggling, though. Yeah.
That Death Prophet not having a good time at all. Only 4 last hits so far. That, of course, was those sort of weird shenanigans going on in the river there, and the power of Undying.
Yeah. Undying and Drow is one of the scarier lanes, honestly. You get whittled down where you have less HP, of course, versus this Undying. He's doing more damage. Drow is slowing you. Does tons of damage early game, so definitely beneficial. Miposhka now, dropping a bit low.
Stone up on the high ground, though. Tries to get a double decay, and that turnaround, incredibly strong, coming from Miposhka. So
take the wave.
Yeah, that deals the whole thing out, and they're going to have to redraw aggro if they want to pull it back in again.
Oh, I love it. Miposhka's just like, okay, I guess I'll farm for a little bit right here. This is nice. Thank you very much. Great positioning there. The Tombstone looks like he's under some threat. Love it, love it, love it.
And it looks like now again, Saberlight can pull this one back in. He's going to have access to a free wave for himself as well. So 1,000 gold separating them. You can see he's going to catch back up after getting that wave over there. And a little bit of a chase now. Miposhka running at Crit, trying to keep him away too. And it looks like they're going to be fine. But Undying right now almost has the same amount of last hits as this Death Prophet.
Yep, he's getting slowed down significantly. It's all because that catch and fly. Oh, I think he dove aggressively and got lifted. Oh boy, Fly trying to get aggressive down here and gets punished. That's a painful one. Who got the last? No, neither one of them got the last in particular, but either way, they get that first blood.
And RTZ now turning on to Mira, seeing if they can bring him down.
He's chilling.
Yeah, he's cool. Has that fairy fire ready. He's going to be fine.
9 stick charges as well, sitting on that Rubik. Sven still farming well, but Fly giving up perhaps an unnecessary death there, diving forward for a kill.
Well, you can see, at least at these early goings, things going okay for the side of Team Spirit, as it has been a pretty rough lane up top for the Death Prophet, but is going to start to catch back up over the next couple waves. It looks like Collapse being brought somewhat low as well. And we'll just back away from that one. It looks like they can't really go after Fly that effectively.
No. The waves constantly get cleaned up every single time. That's why you see the Sven pick versus Lycan, all the summons that'll come out later on too. So yeah, the pick, you can clearly see the reasoning for it versus that Drow and versus that Lycan as things progress. Saber right now getting slowed down.
Needs to be really careful here. They keep on him. Crit tries to buy a little bit of separation, and he will just TP out. And there it is, first blood going the way of Team Spirit. Very well played.
Abed also getting pushed back here. Laurel gets a lot of stacks up on him. I mean, you can see what he's trying to do, trying to protect his buddy, but Undying and Drow, it's too much damage. Saberlight's still suffering. Going to be a slow start for this Death Prophet. And even Crit, I mean, that death hurts. As we were mentioning before, a lot of Shopify's power is usually around this Crit and this Abed duo to be able to make lots of stuff happen. If Crit's getting slowed down, could be some small concerns. Mira. He's got so many wand charges, maybe baiting again.
Right. Yeah, trying to get Fly to use some amount of spells onto him. And then the Wolves are going to get the harassment off too.
Yep.
Not very much armor. A stun now thrown onto Collapse just to buy a little bit of extra space there for Artur to keep the farming going. And I think as of yet, we haven't really seen that many stacks off in the jungle either. So
no.
Artur having a good start to his lane stage is definitely much needed. Mira, I mean, he's going crazy low.
He's baiting him. He's just waiting and waiting. 13 wand charges and a fairy. He's just waiting.
Oh, dude, watch out there. He's going to be okay. Yeah. Incredibly happy.
Yep, and all things considered, even though you pick the Sven to counteract the Lycan in the overall aspect of the game, the Lycan is free farming.
Okay.
It's a 30 and 9 last hits here for Collapse, so he's still having this free time even though he is in that Sven matchup in the laning phase. See how it progresses.
Yeah, we'll have to watch and see if he can keep up that type of momentum. I mean, in terms of the way that you see this game playing out, the panel talked a lot about the need for Abed Puck to pop off. For Team Spirit, what are they looking to try and do to sort of keep this stuff going for themselves?
They have a really solid tricorder scale at all moment. So I think for them, it's just like come out of lanes in a decent spot, force Roshans early on with the Lycan plus Drow, and that's kind of a recipe for success if you're able to get these constant Roshes versus a bit of a slower lineup with the Sven. They have a great Rosh. Lycan, Drow, Undying. If they even get like one successful team fight, if there's like an exorcism wasted from the side of Saberlight, could easily see Spirit just get a very early Roshan, like 15, 17 minutes, something like that. So I think just come out of lanes ahead, get the Dominator ready, and then get your push going around Tombstone.
Well, speaking of that Tombstone, it is going to be dropped down now. Miposhka chasing through and dodging away with a vision. They aren't going to be able to connect there. Yadaro still keeps after him, but they weren't able to run down that Death Prophet. So a wave coming in to help her out a little bit. But Collapse, he's being brought down low. With the rotation coming in from the Tusk, they lost damage out. But the turn, the Bat Rider's here. They got to get away. Fly backs out. He's already used the dive. And with the full commitment in, they will find and bring down that Phoenix.
They bring Crit down bottom, but he's still pretty low level. They will find top though, the Drow.
Oh, nice. Much bigger kill there.
Nice move. Can't quite actually go for this Lycan at this point. Sure, you know, you've got this like high damage. You don't have God Strength though, and he's already got Dominator finish, so he's super tanky. Spirit, a great response, and with that rotation, when they send the bat bottom, they'll send the Undying mid to sap the experience. Who's going to get the haste? RTZ will be able to take it away from either of the mid laners, but Laurel's still hanging down bottom. They want this tower. He's going to commit for Fly. Fly's in trouble.
Trying to fly away, trying to dive away, not going to happen. Fly's going to get caught, and they get him again. So, I mean, yeah, getting that Phoenix killed off twice, I mean, if they can get this tower, it'd be huge.
They should be able to.
Yeah.
I don't know who wants to come down bottom. Saberlight's struggling. Puck doesn't really want to go down there, so they're just going to have to go for a trade. So we'll lose that bottom tower. And yeah, I don't believe they have any stacks going for themselves either. So the Sven might have a bit of a difficult time to accelerate the farm. And Sven is one of those heroes that needs farm acceleration.
Well, a early still, as you can see across the board, pretty good start for them on the side of Shopify Rebellion. I mean, the Drow definitely the one that's hurting the most out of these cores. None of it is by like a huge margin though. You know, it's 500 gold or so separating as they do find the stun before the tombstone and the silence. They take down that Undying.
Great aggressive moves. I mean, Abed making things happen right now. That top rotation. He's got Coil still available now again too. He's making it happen. Laurel made a rotation. It was a successful one, but it only kills the support. So Shopify coming out ahead in these lanes at the moment. Stacks though, Spirit, they do have theirs ready in comparison. So we'll be able to at least catch up a bit on that net worth.
Yeah, and Batrider is already very much accelerating in towards those boots of travel. So you can see the differences, right? Yeah, Abed, he's going in for the Witchblade. For Laurel, he's trying to make sure that he can be more active around the map with these bots builds. That's just the difference with those heroes. Yeah, Abed needs to hit harder on those rotations.
Yeah, Witchblade is super nice versus Drow. You're very tanky. You get that armor, of course, that's going to be built in versus this physical damage that's coming out from Spirit. So that'll be a really good pickup for him. And he's still got Coil at the ready, so could still play active if he'd like to. Right now still farming a jungle camp, but definitely ready to make a move.
And over there in the river, he'll find an Invis rune. Abed's still trying to hold on to this one. So when do we see that rotation from the Lycan? It looks like they might be coming over here now.
At any moment, really. They want to be putting the pressure on Spirit, even though, you know, slight advantage for Shopify and Lady Things. They are all about pressuring early towers with Tombstone and with this Lycan.
Crit scouts all of this. They have an Invis rune still in hand for him. There is a Sentry Ward down in the area for Team Spirit, but yeah, it looks like they're just going to have to give this up.
Oh, that's a bit brutal. That is definitely painful when you're playing with a hero like Sven who needs the triangle. This could give Spirit the momentum to be able to invade, get some wards down, and even play around there. And you were mentioning Boots of Travel. It's a very standard pickup, of course, on Bat, but when you're playing with Lycan, it actually is way stronger because you can TP on these Invis Wolves. You can constantly join into these fights that perhaps you wouldn't expect.
Your total support combo moves on in. They try and bring it down. The silence was good, and it's going to get him out. Beautiful play. Perfect execution there from the Drow. Gaudero able to dodge the gate, and that was ostensibly what that tower was supposed to give up for. They were trying to get the kill on the Drow.
Oh boy. And now, Crit does have a TP available, has the tumblers too, so he can hide. Yeah, he should be fine.
Yeah, gets out of harm's way. They drop a trying to catch him.
Nice try. Trying to get the vision of the TP, perhaps, but yeah, Tumbler's Toy saving the day for him. RTZ, top net worth. Mask of Madness is finished. Does at least have one stack.
Right.
So we'll be able to clear through that one.
Well, and you sort of compare the two teams in what they're strong in right now, and whereas on the side of Spirit, they have this giant ball up that's hard to deal with, and they can just run in and take the tower. It's not a similar thing from Shopify Rebellion. They have to find these kills first to be able to sort of put the clamps on the map.
Yes, they need to pretty much just give RTZ all the space in the world so that he can get that crazy farm, because he needs it this game. He needs BKB to be able to fight. Walking into Spirit's lineup without it is suicide.
Well, and look at this. Laurel makes the move over. Abed's there. They have the Coil. Do they want to stick on Stolen Coil? Abed did not get caught though by it. The silence is still enough. They're going to bring down that puck. Perfect play coming out from Spirit, anticipating that movement. And Fly, he's going to be the one that is also left behind here. Does not have a way out. Mira even going to give the tip over. They read that perfectly.
They're feeling good. These kills open up map very quick. Remember what we were saying earlier, Roshan, it's going to be very early from Team Spirit. If they're able to get early kills like this, swings momentum heavily, and they still will have Coil in the next upcoming fight too when it comes back on cooldown. So can look to set up more happen with it. A huge steal, and slowing down Abed is massive.
Dude, Fog, I'm not going to lie. It's looking really scary right now for the side of Shopify Rebellion. Spirit still have so much room to grow. They're getting the home of the Overlord pretty soon.
Yes, definitely, and they do not really deal with it too well. You'd have to pop, you probably have to pop Ghosts to kill it. It's going to be popping out so early. Sven takes a long time to get online and definitely wants to have a much bigger net worth lead over something like a Drow Ranger. 300, definitely not enough. Spirit feeling good and looking good.
Well, it's still only about 1,000 gold lead, but it's the sort of tempo that we're seeing Team Spirit play with that's pretty concerning right now as Yado just keeps on farming up into that triangle there.
And they have what you could say is, I guess, like a more normal carry hero, right? Sven, it's a bit unorthodox. Yes, we talked about how you can see its counters and stuff like that, but typical crit, there's the portal.
Well played, well used, steals the shard as well. He does not have a way out of this. Can't get the snowball, and actually with the creep setting out, he'll create a little bit of distance, but the lift back is there, and Team Spirit cleaning up.
Mira, what a play. And now he's got shards for next play. They still have lasso, so Laurel can still continue to look to play aggressive to go for a catch. Shopify just gonna have to sit back and kind of farm for these next few moments. Does not really feel too beneficial with the way the Team Spirit's going to start closing off the map. Like you said, Helm of Overlord's about to be done.
Right.
And then that Roshan, it is absolutely on the menu. They are starting to get more stacks for TZ, so enabling him there. But they need to get some type of successful move going for themselves right now. Not easy into Spirit, though. Spirit, everything's at the ready.
I'm not sure how the DP wouldn't get in that smoke right there, but the DP is definitely not smoked.
Uh-oh.
And the rest of the team heading on in together now.
Going into the ancient area, but Spirit, they're all playing on mid.
Yeah.
They've got the dragon already pushing.
Well, this smoke will not bear fruit in terms of getting kills, but they will get a ward down, scouting out that area of the map. Maybe they can find Drow a little bit later on, but for right now, Team Spirit, they're just playing it so clean.
Playing together, they're just setting up, waiting for Roche, and they're going to force that fight. Like Shopify, how are you going to look to go for this battle? Archeezy, he's definitely not ready to fight by any means.
No.
Sure, you've got Phoenix, you've got Coil, and you've got this Exorcism and stuff like that, but the Roche is already going to die. Flying way too fast.
Tier 1 tower traded for the Roche. It is, unfortunately, for Shopify Rebellion, the offlane tower. And for Team Spirit, they are feeling great right now.
Oh, yeah. This is exact timing. We're 15 to 17 minutes. It's the most ideal time for Spirit. They get a Drow now with an Aegis. He's got comfort to now stick with this team. They can continue looking to pressure and slow down the side of Shopify with this type of small lead, but it's substantial with the way that with what they're playing against right now.
Right, and for so many of, you think about Team Spirit TI run, it was off the back of that class mechanism this time, making action happen on this level. And that is a devastating steal. That's the piggy bank. It's so piggy bank frogs. Those piggy bank in the top tower reps. Shopify have to play against split up on the map. They're giving up so much space. Spirit looking like they can do anything at this moment. Saber like that, playing together around where Maposhka is, but he's constantly being right there. They saw him, and now let's see him head out. As TZ does look to head out of harm's way as well. We'll see have a good side. Makes the move. Red shot. They keep him under control. All of the animation cancel. And they make sure that they clean up that kill. Get themselves back on the board, but now they're beating their shots and they're like, oh no, they took them all. Got them all taken care of. Well, natural itemization when you're playing versus DP. He's got the shard already purchased up after dragging list. So that I have that little hypothermia that's going to be really nice to whittle them down. Break that healing a bit. TZ, not in a bad spot still, but needs to have a little bit more and needs to be able to get enabled soon by his team. And we'll see what he's able to do once he does join these fights. Right. He'll just get kited around, and he actually looks just the high priority target for last time in those fights too. So even if he's struggling with BKB, there's a chance he just gets last time and gets totally controlled too. So it's not an easy task for Arturito. No, Arturito, rough game for him. And it feels like really, again, the key to a lot of this stuff is going to be Ovid, finding that good initial pull coil. If he can catch a couple in coils, if he can get that silences, particularly before BKBs come out, that might be an avenue for them to find some success where Artur can just start punching away. They need, he's really close to it, and that's absolutely the timing that Shopify is looking for it, so that he can actually jump into the backline. It's going to take the time to they're ready to fight it, just on their way to BKB for bad. Gotta be careful there, trying to join for the damage, walk back in there, and that is an easy pick off for Team Spirit. That was the deposit, by the way. 3 seconds or so, the damage on the side of Spirit is insane. They have massive damage. You can hit from a 9. They also have how now and clean. Absolutely. I mean, that's the big thing, is that it's also, we're not seeing these like random pickoffs. They're playing together, but they're still maintaining the net worth of the Shopify. They need to buy more time, but I'm not sure if they're going to have it.
And it's, at the same time, there was time really going to fully benefit. Yeah, the spend is falling, but the DP and buckets, so they're going to have way more answers for these two. So, should have been that fun, but is it actually going to pay off? We can play, become on both sides, both carries happy. I don't think there's a growth on your Toro, so not the happiest, but it's pretty good.
Fair. Well, Arcade Hike now completed. There is just about the BKB done as well on this end. See if they decide to try and play around that puck blink dagger timing, or if they want to just keep the farm game going, because as you said, it still gets stuff in crit, has oftentimes been the one that's made the difference. He had for the blink too, still a little ways away from it.
Maybe they're just waiting. He's going to definitely for the play, and yeah, BKB very soon enough spent. But that's the impactful one, with the way this kid is. It's a crash to the ball, he's got to get it, now they got to go for the dream.
Yeah, this is a heck of a game for him. And we'll be going into the BKB afterwards. All the things to try and secure this game. I feel like at least we're not seeing that like second Roche, Shopify ability and having some type of foothold in this game, whether it's contesting that Roche, winning the fight or something. It's looking really hard for them to stay in it.
Absolutely. I mean, that continues to straight. Look at the words the Shopify down. It's literally doing the most defensive way as possible because they can't really get outside too much further with the way they experience controlling tempo in this entire game so far. Let's see. I mean, let's see what we get with the Magic. If the Magic's going to happen, the Warcry with BKB and God's Strength will be ready to join.
Fly by is the smoke. They're already smoked on Spirit. Can they make a defensive play here? He went down a wall, a push shot, and after you watch Saber like that, it's revealing himself. The entire team is behind this DP though, trying to bait out Saber Light. We'll see if it's going to work or not. They're going to glyph the wave here, and then the big wraparound. Okay, it's done. Can they do something here? This could work out for them, but they need to find the right angle.
They have to get like the most beautiful initiation, go out to spend it, step up, walk in. Super long wraparound.
I mean, this is kind of crazy. They're in a round reason they drop a ward right on top of the other ward. Spot low there for a moment. Crit. Does he go in the snowball? It's a slow initiated. Immediately. That is not going to work. Team Spirit will stop the smoke and immediately put the clamps on it.
Looks like they're trying to get that initiation. I think maybe that's like working bottom for that. If it doesn't actually get a DK up and we get a chainsaw and kill her, like, definitely not the case at all. Very prepared. Continue to control the master.
Great beast. RCZ trying to get off this dragon. He just wants to run it down. Give it over. The slow and turn. Can he get off the timing well? So he gets the vertical. This looks like a kill.
Honestly.
That one hurts. That's a real hero skill. Oh, yeah.
And that is pretty much Laura's blink dagger. So now he's eventually access to be able to jump into the fights. Just pick and choose his targets that he wants to last. So it's the dream. And look at that. Rubik did 1,000 total damage to him. So looking at what Rubik has told right now, one of the best spells you can get in the game. Waiting with absolutely amazing on Rubik, especially when you're playing versus Puck. And with the super hits, the Toss and Phoenix, they can really suffer versus insanely long side instead of Rubik just having the highest damage in the game right now, Mira.
That's crazy. I mean, it makes sense. He's having a fantastic one right now. And, well, RCZ runs through the river with a little bit of company there. And the only thing they can really do, they have to wait for offense before they can really go for a fight. The game just feels very condensed, a small area play, and Team Spirit, they're going to get together again here and now play with this Battle Rider a little bit more.
They're just good at building a to do whatever they want on the map. They're just not fighting. We're not going to see any combination. We're not seeing exorcism being popping combinations at all. So that's not giving them the chances by any means. Could soon having blink, so they'll have a secondary form of initiation with so much space and then lost on the map.
It's been very tough for Shopify here. They do have a Philly zone on that tusk like you're talking about, and with this wave, he should be able to finish it off. So this one coming to a close here. Oh, he's just away. It'll be there soon, surely.
Probably like 5 goals. So yeah, you got it. I mean, what happened now? How to get this whole synergy coming in together with the puck with the Phoenix out of it?
He's going to be careful. We'll go for the jumped away as the rest of the team was coming down and barreling down that lane. Yaro going to rejoin the rest of his compatriots as well.
Basically, just just literally giving nothing up.
Nope. Almost a BKB for him too, and trying to delay out this game. Hiding off in the trees just needs to play so safe against this Battle Rider and Rubik.
Yeah, Lucio, he's still got it for a long time, and that distance lens as well. It's crazy how far he can actually jump with it.
Mira making everything happen here for Team Spirit.
Collapse's building damage has to be crazy. He does something to elbow everyone at this point. He's literally besieging. I look at this, yeah. 2.6 carry at this point.
More than the entire Shopify Rebellion team. And it keeps going up.
DK done for trial, so now, even if the toss game is talking at the top of him, he's got answers. Concerns. RTZ, he went back to buy the shard, so that we mentioned that plus on the room when he played versus drop and be effective, but they're not able to take fights.
No. Oh, and unfortunately for them, the tower just can't run away.
No, they cannot.
As they are getting ready to go high ground potentially right now. 24 minutes in, I mean, this is, you have to stop it at some point. You have to twist them now down. There's nobody right now.
Phoenix walking up could be suicide.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
A quiver full of malice helps the enemy
Блин,
go
хп
down.
Тут вроде ливать
кончились.
пора тебе, братан.
Your shrine has fallen to the radiant.
That one hurt. That was a mauling.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
That should help.
This is why I hate people.
Ну тут вроде ливать пора тебе, братан. Ну тут вроде ливать пора тебе. Ну тут
Dire's
вроде
top
ливать пора
tower
тебе,
is
братан.
under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Fuel for the fire.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Your house stone for
Ну тут вроде ливать пора тебе, братан.
Radiant's middle